Assalamualaikum to one and all. Nice to have you back to Sir Caleb's physics tutorial for high school students. How do we determine the final pressure and the work done when a monatomic ideal gas expands adiabatically? To find this out, may I enjoin you to stick around till the end of this video. Watch and learn. The question is, a quantity of argon gas with a molar heat capacity C sub V equal to 3 halves R and a molar heat capacity at constant pressure equal to 5 halves R is at pressure 4.00 raised to the fifth power Pascal and occupies volume 2.00 raised to the negative 3 meter cube. Then the gas expands adiabatically to a new volume 6.00 raised to the negative 3 meter cube. Calculate letter A, the value of the gamma for argon. Question letter B, calculate the final pressure of the gas. And letter C, calculate the work done by the gas as it expands. For clarity, we include the pressure volume graph for this thermodynamic process, which has its initial state at point 1 and a final thermodynamic state at point 2. The molar heat capacity of the gas at constant volume, all right, denoted by capital C sub V is equal to 3 halves capital R, where capital R here means the universal gas constant. Also, argon has a molar heat capacity at constant pressure denoted by capital C sub P equal to 5 halves R. Its initial pressure, P1, is equal to 4.00 times 10 to the fifth power Pascal. And its initial volume, V sub 1, equal to 2.00 raised to the negative 3 power meter cube. The gas expands adiabatically to a final volume V sub 2 equal to 6.00 times 10 to the negative 3 meter cube. All right. So for part A, we are asked to find gamma. All right. Or gamma here is the ratio of capital C sub P to capital C sub P or V, right? And in part B, we're also asked to calculate the final pressure of the gas when it expands, all right? Denoted here by P sub 2. And then in part C, we are required to find the amount of work done, W, right? This is the amount of work done by the gas argon as it expands adiabatically. And this total work done by argon gas is also represented in the PV graph, all right, by the shaded area of the polygon. Moving on to our computation, we can find the ratio of Cp over Cv, denoted here by the Greek letter gamma. That is 5/2 times big R, right? That's the value of capital C sub P, divided by the value of C sub V, which is 3/2 times big R. So canceling 2 times big R, we get the value of gamma equals 5/3. All right. So in part B, okay, um, computing for the final pressure P2, we use this formula where P2 is equal to the product, the initial pressure P1, and the ratio of the quantity V1 over V2 raised to the power gamma, right? So when we substitute, P2 is equal to P1, right? And this will be multiplied by V sub 1 over V sub 2 raised to the power gamma. That is quantity 2.00 times 10 to the negative 3 meter cube divided by 6.00 times 10 to the negative 3 meter cube and raised to the power gamma, which is 5/3, right? And when simplified, all right, the ratio of V1 over V2, okay, will in fact be equal to 1/3, right? And then we are going to get the value of 1/3 raised to the power 5/3, after which we will multiply that value by the pressure P1, right? So 1/3 raised to the 5/3 power will in fact be 0.16025. So multiplying it by the value of P1, which is 4.00 times 10 to the 5th power Pascal, all right, we get the final pressure P2 equal to 6.41 times 10 to the 4th power Pascal. So this is the final pressure of argon gas, all right, when it expands adiabatically from state 1 to state 2. The work done by the gas, denoted by capital W, can be computed using this derived equation, right? So W is just equal to the product of the reciprocal of gamma minus 1 and uh, the difference, okay, between P1 V1 and P2 V2. That is, the work done is equal to 1/5/3 minus 1 multiplied by 4.00 raised to the 5th power Pascal times 2.00 times 10 to the negative 3 meter cube and minus the product of P2 V2 or 6.41 times 10 to the 4th power Pascal multiplied by 6.00 times 10 to the negative 3 meter cube. So when you do our math, right, the reciprocal of gamma minus 1 is 3/2. And the result of getting the difference between the product of P1 B1 and P2 V2 is in fact 415 joules. So the work done by the gas as it expands adiabatically from state 1 to state 2 is equal to positive 623 joules in 3 significant figures. Take note that in an adiabatic expansion of the gas argon, there is no heat transfer involved. So capital Q is equal to 0. So according to the first law of thermodynamics, if there is no heat transfer or big Q is equal to 0, then the work done by the gas is just equal to the negative delta U. All right? Negative delta U means that the internal energy of the system or the gas has decreased. All right? So there is a decrease in internal energy, which is associated to a decrease in the absolute temperature. All right? For a situation that is adiabatic, right? No heat is being transferred into the system or out of the system, right? The temperature of the system decreases because there is work done by the system, right? So when work is done by the system on its surrounding, all right, it's positive, then it corresponds to a decrease in the internal energy of the system. In other words, the absolute temperature of the system will have to decrease. And that concludes our lesson for this topic. Till the next episode, mabuhay. MashaAllah. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah.
Di pa record.